Members of the J Area, pro wrestling fans across the globe, what's going on? My name is Jose Ramos Jr. Welcome back to another edition of the J Area Wrestling Show. On today's stream, we have a very special edition of the WrestleMania quiz. We talked about this last week. It was something that we alluded to and referenced as a possible stream topic, and being that WrestleMania 41 is just this weekend. The show of shows is back, the grandest stage of them all. Why not celebrate that and in anticipation have ourselves a little bit of a special quiz? It was a Kahoot quiz. Hopefully you guys had seen that we have the link in the community post as well. We're going to give people an opportunity here to join in on this stream. That way they can join in on the Kahoot quiz. Hopefully everyone's doing well here on a Thursday evening. Again, it's the Thursday before WrestleMania 41. It's like the Super Bowl. It's the playoffs. It is the best time of the year when it comes to pro wrestling. The culmination of a year's worth of storytelling. Wind the clock back all the way to WrestleMania 40. And that in itself was the launching point. That was the ignition to where we're going to this upcoming weekend. Las Vegas, Nevada, Allegiant Stadium, home of the Las Vegas Raiders. It should be a grand spectacle. What would you expect more, right, from WrestleMania? These guys have been able to produce a show like no other these last few years. WrestleMania 39, stellar. WrestleMania 40, legendary. And we expect nothing less for WrestleMania 41. Can they go 3 for 3 when it comes to Triple H and the WrestleManias under his regime? Once again, we're going to give people here an opportunity to join in on the stream and give them a chance to log in into the Kahoot app. Or if you want to follow along as well, you can do that as well. Again, we're going to give some people here to show up. WrestleMania 41, I mean, there's a lot of matches here to talk about. I believe there's 13 matches currently listed on the card. The main events, of course, being the triple threat match, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. I mean, all a big part of the build for WrestleMania 40 and, of course, WrestleMania 41. With that being said, it's very difficult to predict. I mean, you guys have already seen, hopefully you've already seen my predictions video, as is already available on YouTube. You guys can check that out. Shout out to Peter Parker in the chat. What's going on, Peter Parker? Thank you for joining us on the live stream. We're doing an Ultimate WrestleMania quiz in preparation for WrestleMania 41. You can go ahead and, if you're using a desktop or a laptop, or maybe watching this on your tablet or TV, wherever you may be, you can use your phone to take a picture of the QR code. It should lend you to the link of the quiz itself. If not, you can follow along on screen as well. It also gives you the gamer pin as well to log in. We're going to give this an opportunity here to people to join the live stream. Shout out to Alex in the chat. What's going on, Alex? Happy Thursday, everyone. Glad to see you guys coming out for the live stream here. And again, something different. You know, we've had these last few live streams where it's really just Q&As and we're just hanging out and we're talking. And I love talking with you guys and hanging out with you guys and hearing your opinions, your thoughts, your predictions when it comes to WrestleMania 41. But this time I wanted to do something a little bit different, something a bit more interactive, have ourselves an interactive ultimate quiz for WrestleMania 41. There are 40 questions on this quiz, and who knows if it pops off and if, hey, people enjoy it. I'd love to do a little bit more quizzes, maybe a once a month type of a deal, depending on the premium live event. Maybe that's an idea. For example, Backlash is coming up as the next PLE. Maybe we do some sort of Backlash quiz. But of course, you guys are the ones that dictate that. You guys determine whether or not this is something that you would like to see in the future. Again, giving people the opportunity here. If you're able to use a mobile device or a second set of screens here, you can use the gamer pin to log into the Kahoot app. If not, you can use your phone to take a picture of the QR code, and that'll lead you straight to the app and be able to create your username, and we can start the quiz. I know I initially had it listed at 8 o'clock, and I did that with reason, but I went with the 7:30 start time just to give people an opportunity to file in, get people to come into the stream, get acclimated, get ready, do what they got to do, handle their business, and then from there on out, we'll start the quiz. I know San Fran was interested in the quiz, and he's actually on his way from work pretty soon. So we're gonna give him, along with anybody else, some more time to join us here on the live stream. Ria's the real one says hello everyone. It's my Friday. Good for you. Hey, love that. Love that for you. They say it's their Friday. I'm jealous. Not gonna lie. Tomorrow's my Friday. But one more day closer to the weekend. What are you guys' plans for WrestleMania? What's on the menu for WrestleMania weekend? What are we thinking? What are we having? I know for us on the docket, we're looking at probably burgers on Saturday, and on Sunday it's still pretty open. We'll see what we do. But nonetheless, we're looking forward to it, man. WrestleMania 41, the triple threat match will be main eventing the Saturday's festivities. And of course, on Sunday, I mean, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. What bigger match could they have chosen? I mean, maybe there's a few, right? CM Punk versus Cody, Cody versus The Rock. But we're not here to be picky. Cena versus Cody should be an all-timer. The battle of two generations. Cena, who was the face of the WWE for the better part of really a decade and a half, and here's Cody now, who's the quarterback, QB1, the leader of this new generation, the leader of the Renaissance era, as some people have liked to call it. Other people call it the Paul Levesque era, depending on what side of the fence you sit on. But we still look forward to WrestleMania 41. Go ahead and drop your guys' predictions in the chat. Who do you think is going to win that matchup between Cody and Cena? Or for any of the matches, for that matter, what are some matches that you're looking forward to the most this upcoming weekend? And if it wasn't big enough already, we have the Hall of Fame. We have Friday Night SmackDown. We have NXT Stand and Deliver on Saturday. And on Monday, of course, the Raw after WrestleMania. That should be a good one in itself as well. Shout out to Sylvia there in the chat. Said made it to another live. Hope everyone is doing good. I do too. Hope everyone's doing okay. It's a Thursday. We're getting one step closer to the weekend. Ria's the real one gets their Friday today, though, so that's awesome for them. Hopefully everyone's doing okay. Glad you guys can join us here. If you're just joining us here on the live stream, we're just giving people an opportunity here to join in on the live stream and log in and join the quiz. We have our Kahoot quiz. Hopefully you guys were able to catch the community post that I had posted. I think it was back on Sunday. Did another one this morning, just reminding everybody that, hey, today's stream, we're going to be doing the Ultimate WrestleMania quiz using the Kahoot app. You can download Kahoot on your Google Play or your App Store. There's a QR code here on the screen as well. If you're using your cellular device, you can go ahead and log in there. It should take you directly to the app itself. It'll ask you to create a username. It might ask you to create an account, which is it shouldn't take too long. Just an email, username, and it'll get you going from there. But we're going to give people here an opportunity to get that situated. The stream was originally going to start at 8 o'clock, and we're still holding true with that. But I decided to start it a little bit earlier, 7:30, to give people that opportunity to, get situated, get ready, get acclimated. What's going on, Sean, in the chat? I see you. Give them a chance here to get ready for the stream. I talked about San Fran. He was interested in the quiz, and he's currently on his way home from work right now. So he, along with anybody else, we're giving you guys an opportunity here to get situated. WrestleMania 41. It's going to be a big show. I feel like I've said that a lot. But I'm a very optimistic kind of guy. I try to be positive, have a good mindset. I'm not really a negative person. I don't like being pessimistic. So whenever a big show happens, I'm expecting big results. We're expecting big results. And to see the triple threat match between the men, Punk, Roman, Seth, should be off the chain. The women, Io, Rhea, Bianca, that should be fantastic. Cody versus Cena is Cody versus Cena. I mean, come on. I'm expecting a huge fanfare between those two. I'm talking big entrances, dramatics, drama, everything you need to create a memorable, iconic WrestleMania main event. Cody Rhodes, his fourth main event at WrestleMania. He got one at 39, 2 last year, and now his fourth this year, WrestleMania 41. What are they going to have in store? What kind of twist, what kind of turns, swerves, surprises. There's always some sort of a surprise at WrestleMania. Maybe some celebrity appearances, maybe a Legends appearance. Or maybe that's just me elevating the expectations. Maybe I shouldn't do that. But that's just me. You know, we've been watching it for so long. It's hard not to. How can you not? But with this upcoming WrestleMania, I lose track, honestly, of how many WrestleManias. I've been watching WrestleMania on pay-per-view since 2006. WrestleMania 22 was the very first WrestleMania that we had seen together as a family live on pay-per-view. And since then, it has become an annual tradition, just as I'm sure for many of you, it's an annual tradition. Looking forward to some of the biggest matches of the year and to see what is in store for WrestleMania 41. I said at the top of the stream that WrestleMania 40 really was the launching point. It was the beginning of what to expect for WrestleMania 41. And once WrestleMania 41 ends, I don't want to, jump the gun here, but once it ends, then we're building the WrestleMania 42, and it should be a great one. Mama Ramos in the chat there, using again. I always gotta shout out my favorite emoji, the CM Punk finger gun emoji, and CM Punk finally gonna get his main event at WrestleMania. Super happy for him. Can he get the win with the wise man, with his best friend, Paul Heyman, by his side? I don't know. Will we see a special entrance? I've seen a little bit of rumors that CM Punk might get a live entrance. Living color, cult of personality. The last time he was at WrestleMania was WrestleMania 29. The last time he was in a match at WrestleMania, I should say, because he was there last year. But at WrestleMania 29, he was able to have a live performance with Living Color performing his theme song, Cult of Personality. Will we see that? Are we going to see any live performances? How about that? Last year at WrestleMania, we saw a live performance of Rhea Ripley. We saw one of Roman the year before at WrestleMania 39 with like the orchestra type of a deal. But are we going to see some live performances? Travis Scott's going to be there. I'm pretty sure I saw that somewhere, that Travis Scott is reported to be there at WrestleMania 41. How can The Rock not be there? The final boss, who has had a real presence in the storyline of Cody Rhodes this last year, obviously with the Bloodline shenanigans and the Cody Rhodes and Cena build up. It's WrestleMania 41. How is The Rock not going to be there? I would be very surprised if he does not show up. What's going on, Muhammad? Appreciate you being in the live stream here. But I look at the build of WrestleMania 41, and some people have said it's like eerily like WrestleMania 31 back in 2015, where, ironically enough, 10 years ago, where ironically enough, the build wasn't necessarily the best. Some people criticized it for having a slow build, not a lot of anticipation, not a lot of excitement. And the show itself produced. They had great matches. The ladder match was fantastic. I thought Sting versus Triple H was a fun matchup. The main event, when it was turned into a triple threat match, thanks to the cash-in by Seth Rollins, I thought that was a great call by them. You also had Cena versus Rusev. You had, what else? I'm trying to think what else. Randy versus Seth was a great matchup as well. Quite a few things did happen. If you're just joining us here on the live stream, we're doing an Ultimate WrestleMania quiz, gearing up for WrestleMania 41. We're going to give people here a chance to load into the live stream and give them an opportunity to join us here. If you want to take part in the quiz, you can check out the QR code here on the screen, and that'll lend you to the app. If not, you could also download the app and use the game pin here. That'll let you in as well. What I think of Collision tonight? I haven't seen Collision yet. I feel like wait, hold on. I had to sneeze there. I haven't seen Collision yet. From my end, Rock's eyebrows in. I haven't seen it yet because on my side it starts at 8 o'clock. So I haven't seen it yet. What did you like about Jey Uso? What I like about Jey Uso is just the vibe. This guy brings the energy. He has the charisma, has the support of the fans in attendance. I know there's people online who criticize Jey, which is fine. They're entitled to their opinion. Excuse me, I just sneezed, so I have a little. They're entitled to their opinion. That's totally fine. But I look at Jey Uso in the arena, and so many people are on this guy's side. If you eliminated the thought of social media, you would have not even known that people had negative connotations or reservations about Jey Uso. I love the fact that we're finally going to get to see a little bit more of the serious side of Jey that we've known from the Bloodline saga, him being the right hand man to Roman Reigns. I'm predicting he wins. I'm predicting Jey wins. If he does, I'm super happy for him. And if he doesn't, I'm happy for Gunther. Who do you think Randy is going to fight at Mania? It's a great question, Johnny. I mean, it's looking like it's going to be like an open challenge. I still think it'll be Solo Sikoa. Nick Aldis is the dark horse. There's reports about Rusev, and I know we talked about that. But I still think it'd be questionable to bring in Rusev in his first match back and lose to Randy. You know, I'm pretty sure they want to protect him and have him become a viable contender for whatever storyline or whatever they have for him in creative. Rusev is a good pick, I think, but if my money would be on Solo Sikoa, that would be my money. What do you guys think? Drop in the chat below who you think is going to be the one that Randy fights at Mania. Even if he does have a match at Mania, I would like to think that Randy does. It's very, very difficult to believe whether or not Randy does have a match or not. It's Randy Orton. Me and you are going to battle at the playoffs. That's right. Yes, the Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors will be in the first round of the NBA playoffs. Curry and Jimmy Butler went off the other night against Memphis in the play-in game, so they've earned the right to get that 7th seed. They will be facing off against the Houston Rockets. Looking forward to it. I'm thinking, man, I'm biased. Obviously I'm going to go with the Warriors. I'm thinking it goes 6 games. I think they got a good young group of guys there in Houston, but I look at the statement of, experience. Draymond, Jimmy, Steph, they've been there before. A lot of these other guys in the Rockets, very talented. Yes, of course. Take nothing away from them. Had a great season. But I do think experience takes over. Maybe that's just me being, biased, because I'm a Warriors fan. I'm going to support them through and through. But I'm thinking 6 games in favor of Golden State. It should be a good series. A good throwback series as well, because the Warriors and Rockets have history. Those CP3 and James Harden teams, about a decade ago. Crazy to think about how, it's been a decade since Steph Curry won his first championship. I'm a Houston Rockets fan. Yeah, no, I understand. That's why I was talking about how Houston Rockets and the Warriors are going to be going up. I would wish you good luck, but I never liked the Rockets. It's nothing personal. It's just because CP3 and James Harden, I'm not fans of theirs. The Rockets are our rivals. I would think they're unofficially rivals. I'm hoping for a victory on our side. If it goes 6 games, that's my prediction. I would love if it was less. I would love if it's less. I'm just hoping everyone's healthy. That's my number one thing. I hate seeing a playoff series get deterred through injuries. Make sure everybody's healthy. Let's have a great series, a great set of games, and may the best team win. Ready for the Hall of Fame tomorrow? What do I like about Lex Luger? I'm looking forward to the Hall of Fame. I love seeing the legends come out, have their speeches, and just share their story with everybody, and to see them be able to look back at their career and celebrate their accomplishments. I love that about that. I don't love the fact that it's going to be super late, because SmackDown on our end ends at 11 p.m. And so the Hall of Fame, I think, is going to take place right after. So we're thinking 11 to 1 o'clock. It's going to be a late showing. Still going to watch it. I'm asked for Lex Luger, the total package, I liked him more so as the narcissist. I think he was great as a heel. It just made sense. His time in WCW, I think, is what really is going to be remembered the most. My favorite moment for Lex, though, is probably it's a tie. It's a tie between the the body slam of Yokozuna back in '93, or him beating Hogan for the world championship on Nitro. With the Rack Attack and being able to beat Hogan, who was in the midst of his NWO run, and just a great moment for Lex. There's been a lot of discussion about his personal life, obviously with Miss Elizabeth following his career, but to see what he's gone through these last few years and just the growth of the human being, it's really miraculous. And to see the work that Diamond Dallas Page has done with him is truly remarkable. Happy for Lex Luger. I wish Sting would have been the one to induct him, but I'm more than happy that DDP will be involved. He's a really good choice as well. Is the Hall of Fame at 1 o'clock in the morning? That's what it's scheduled at. I don't know. I think that's like Eastern time thing, though. I think for us on the West Coast, it's 11. Maybe I'm wrong. But it's late. It's late. I think it just depends where you are. I believe on our end, it's 11. Over here on the West Coast. But we'll be watching for sure. I mean, SmackDown, we're going to have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. We'll also have the tag team titles on the line, the Hall of Fame, Friday night / Saturday morning. Stand and Deliver, NXT's latest PLE, will be Saturday morning. Obviously, WrestleMania Saturday. I believe the Slammies are on Sunday, and then WrestleMania Sunday. And then, obviously, Monday Night Raw. The Raw after Mania. Should be a good show. A lot of content to be watching, man. A lot of content. It's Thursday right now, and we're about to hit that final turn to get to WrestleMania. Go ahead and drop your guys' predictions in the chat. If you guys are interested in one match over the other, please let us know. What match are you looking forward to the most? Who were some of your favorites at WrestleMania? Who are some of your favorite of all time? What are some favorite WrestleMania moments? How's your day today? My day's okay. My day was okay. Worked, for the majority of the day. Got off. Got something to eat. Watched a little TV. Did some cleaning. And we're here. We're hanging out. Hopefully you guys are doing okay. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your day. Hopefully the weekend will be just as great, if not greater. We're looking forward to it. Can't wait to see WrestleMania. Can't wait to see all the festivities this weekend. But I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. How are you? Hopefully you're doing good as well, Johnny. Appreciate that. Any chance of Nick Nemeth? Yeah, I would think so, Muhammad. Any chance of Nick Nemeth going back to the WWE? I would think so. I mean, he didn't really end on bad terms. I like Nick Nemeth. I think he's an underrated talent. Didn't really get as much of a push in the WWE as much as we would have liked. I mean, he's fantastic in the ring. Has a great look. Has great charisma. Nick Nemeth would be a viable asset to any promotion that he's a part of. Obviously, he's with TNA right now. And being that TNA and WWE have this working relationship for what I believe is up to 3 years, yeah, I would think so. I would think that he would come back eventually. What do I like about MJF's promo on Wednesday? MJF is stellar on the microphone. He's one of my favorite parts of Dynamite. Seeing his interaction with the Hurt Syndicate, trying to get into the group and gain favor with Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin and MVP. I'm very curious to see where we go in the direction he looks at it, or rather, looking at it, I'm thinking he's going to turn on the Hurt Syndicate. This is going to lead to maybe a feud between Bobby Lashley and MJF. But I thought it was fun. I thought it was good. The Rolex part, the watch was very entertaining. When will they show what the entrance will look like? I'm thinking tomorrow. I'm thinking maybe we get some kind of YouTube video or Twitter update tomorrow morning, Friday morning. We get some kind of viral video. And then, if not, maybe on SmackDown tomorrow. I do think that that's a possibility. He is not married nor have a girlfriend. Of Nick Nemeth, I don't believe he's married. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know his personal life like that. But I don't know. That's a good question, I guess. Sanford, am I late? No, not yet. Not yet. We're starting the quiz at 8 o'clock, so in a couple minutes I'm going to push start. And you still have an opportunity here to sign in using the QR code or the game pin on the app of Kahoot. So, again, we'll give it a couple more minutes here. Feel free to follow along in the chat. For people who are going to join on Kahoot, you can obviously take part in the quiz there. Or if you don't have access to Kahoot or maybe to a second screen, you can go ahead and comment your answers in the chat as we move along. What's going to happen to John Cena tomorrow? I don't know. Truthfully, I forgot that John Cena was on SmackDown tomorrow. He is advertised. I'm thinking some kind of physicality with Cody. Maybe Cena is left standing tall at the end because Cody got the one up on him the last time we saw John Cena. So I don't know, man. Your guess is as good as mine. My prediction, though, I'm thinking John Cena cuts one final promo. Him and Cody get into it, and Cody takes his eye off the ball. Cena stands tall at the end of SmackDown. I think that's what we're gonna end up seeing. But it should be a good one. We're looking forward to it. Who do you guys have? John Cena or Cody Rhodes? I heard if Cena wins, he gets a hairpiece. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if that's the case? There's nothing wrong with going bald, I think, but that's just me. But that would be funny if he'd get a hairpiece. Rabbit Wolverine. Why do I feel like I know who that is? My boy's in denial. Literally, you're just holding on to something that isn't there anymore. And there's nothing wrong with, again, going bald or losing your hair. I'm guilty as charged. But it's one thing to like you said, live in denial. I'm going to throw up a poll here. I want to know who you guys have for WrestleMania. Who wins, Cody or John Cena? My thoughts and prayers with the victims in Florida. Same right with Sun City. He wants you to step up in your game. We got a couple more. I'll give a couple more minutes here. Again, feel free to follow along in the chat with every question. Go ahead and drop your answers in the chat. Like I said, we'll give it a couple more minutes here just in case anybody else wants to sneak in. Paul Heyman's going to turn on the hill. Do you mean turn heel? It's an interesting point to where Paul Heyman's going to go. He's been with Roman the last few years. Obviously has his friendship with Punk. People have thrown out the possibility of him and Seth Rollins. I don't know where they're going to go with this. And I love that. I love that there's that unknown that we're not even sure about. Wrestling is so much better when you can't predict what's going to happen. I'm a firm believer in that. Obviously, with the internet, it's kind of difficult because, we're constantly on and we're learning of the scoops and the headlines and the dirt sheets and the rumors and the speculation. But it's really Freakzilla. Wait, I know who that is now. It says, come on. It's so much better when you don't know what's going to happen. Okay, it's already 8:01. I'm going to go ahead and just start the quiz here. Follow along in the chat with every question. There's going to be about 30 seconds to answer. So make sure you guys get your votes in while you can. And it should give you the option, if anyone wants to join in after it's already begun, you can still do so. But we'll go ahead and we'll start it. Again, feel free. Comment in the chat below your answers. The very first question here. Who ended The Undertaker's streak? This is going to be a little bit of an easy, a give me, something that I feel like a lot of people should already know. And if you don't, hey, throw out a guess. Throw out a guess. Brock Lesnar. Did I see Katy Perry on Space? But I heard about it. We talked about it. My family and I had talked about it. And I don't know what that was about. I don't know why her. I believe Gail King was also going to space. I don't know what that was about, but I did hear about it. Rhea's the real one. Got it, Brock. Do you think Paige will come back to the WWE? Yeah, I think Paige eventually does. She's a free agent, I think, now. I would not be surprised if they do. Salvi also says Brock. Shout out to Salvi. Gets it right. Johnny says Brock. Dion, what's going on? Long time no see, buddy. How you been? We're doing the Ultimate WrestleMania quiz here. Feel free to drop your answers in the chat. Who has the nickname Mr. WrestleMania? You have 30 seconds. Who has the nickname of Mr. WrestleMania? You have The Undertaker, undefeated at WrestleMania, 21-0. Hulk Hogan was like the main eventer for like 10 years straight. Shawn Michaels, constantly having great matches. Bret Hart, another guy with great matches as well. Jennifer says Bret Hart. Shawn Michaels was the answer. Nacho Camacho says Hulk. Sanford says Bret. Muhammad says Shawn. Bret. He's gonna spam Bret now. Shawn Michaels, Mr. WrestleMania. HBK says Salvi. Thank you for the hearts in the chat. And again, this is like a trial run. This is the first time we're doing the quiz here on stream. Hopefully we'll keep doing this. Sylvia says, "Man, I suck at this." LOL. Hulk Hogan. I mean, hey, and that's if anything, the one thing to take away from this is even if you don't get them right, we're all learning. We're all learning. Some of these questions are going to be easier than others. Most of these, I will say, are going to be a little bit tough. Freakzilla in the lead. Question number 3. Who has the most WrestleMania main events? This is for the people who paid attention, because I did post this as a poll on a previous post on the community tab. Who has the most WrestleMania main events? Hulk Hogan, John Cena, The Undertaker, Roman Reigns. The most WrestleMania events. This is closing out WrestleMania. Dion says Roman Reigns. The answer, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, this will be, I believe, his 10th main event. Muhammad says John Cena. I believe John Cena has 4, if I'm not mistaken. Roman Reigns is the answer, who will have his 10th main event this upcoming. Dan says you're lagging a little, my friend. I know what to do. You guys are going to see me get up for a second? We'll see there. We'll give it a second here to get the connection back. I find that when I have my door closed, for some reason the internet response isn't the best. I don't know why. I think it's because my room is like the furthest away from where we have like our internet hooked up. Let's see. Let me know if in the chat if you guys can hear if the camera's off, but let me know if it's picking up the mic. Let me know if you guys can hear me in the mic. 9 times out of 10 when I have bad connections because better. Sanfran's got the thumbs up. WrestleMania build is so weak. I just hope for some legit matches. Dion, I'm with you. I think the build itself could have been better, but I do think we can expect some great matches. The both triple threat matches look solid. The main events are looking great. I think every matchup has some level of intrigue to them. Got the thumbs up from San Fran, so I'm going to move along here. Got our fourth question here. This is an interesting one, a fun fact one. What band inspired the name WrestleMania? Kiss, the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, or Queen? All iconic bands in their own right, but only one of them had inspired the name WrestleMania, and I'll share the story after the fact here. But only one: Kiss, the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, and Queen. If you guys answered the Beatles, that would be correct. The Beatles actually, obviously, when they came over from the United Kingdom, it was Beatlemania. It was sweeping the nation. Everyone in North America was going crazy for the Beatles. And with Beatlemania, this inspired Howard Finkel, who was a former ring announcer for the WWE, had suggested, why not doing Beatlemania? And obviously they took that into consideration, and it was born from there at WrestleMania. So for those of you who picked the Beatles, excellent job. We'll move on here. What state has hosted the most WrestleManias? New York, California, Texas, Florida. California, New York, Texas, or Florida. All have hosted several WrestleManias, but only one has hosted the most. Not specifically Justice City. California has hosted 7 WrestleManias, dating back all the way to WrestleMania 2, WrestleMania 7, WrestleMania 12, 16, 21, 39, 31, and they're probably going to be doing another one in the near future. Seems like they just hurried up and put a bunch of matches together last minute aside from Jay versus Gunther. You know, I feel like a lot of these matches could have had the build. They certainly could have had better builds. But it's just because I think it's been a lot of filler. Gunther and Jay had a good build up. I think Tiffany and Charlotte should have had a good build up, but it picked up in the last several weeks. Cody versus Cena were limited because of Cena's appearances. But that type of a matchup, I don't think it really needs a lot of build. It's big already. I think that's between New York and California. Solid bets. I mean, these were like the 4 highest events for WrestleMania hosting. Good. A lot of people. I see a lot of New Yorks. That's a good bet as well. But California is the answer. Which was the first WrestleMania to be held outdoors? WrestleMania traditionally is a stadium show. But which one was the first one to be held outdoors? I even put the year. WrestleMania 24 in 2008, 31 in 2015, 9 in 1993, and 3 in the year 87, which was the first one to be held outdoors. The picture there, I will say, is not the answer. WrestleMania 9, 1993, Caesar's Palace. It was the first and only time that WrestleMania ever had taken place in Las Vegas, Nevada. And now we have their second time in Las Vegas, Nevada. Like, why didn't they go with Seth versus Roman? They never had a... Yeah, no, I mean, they did have a singles match at the Royal Rumble in 2022. But at WrestleMania, shout out to Salvi and Dion. But Salvi gets it right with 9. I think it would have been a better call to have him go one-on-one, truthfully. Austin's definitely a shoo-in for WrestleMania 41. I'm guessing The Rock will show up as well. If The Rock shows up, I think certainly Austin's got to be there. He's already going to be there for the Hall of Fame, him and Bret Hart. I was going to say 9 because I think Undertaker fought Gonzalez. That's right, Dion. 100% right. Taker fought Gonzalez at WrestleMania 9. Follow your gut, man. You had it. You had it. In 1993. Dion says I suck at this game. Hey, it's a learning experience for everybody, man. I want to see... I want to see if I can extend it. Travis Scott is a shoo-in. Oh my god, yeah. Travis Scott should get his receipt. I want to hear Disturbed... Oh, the Disturbed Glass Shatter for Stone Cold. I love that version of the theme song. Okay, we'll go with the next one here. Who was the only man to have beaten Hogan, Austin, and Cena at WrestleMania? There's only been one guy that have beaten Hogan, Austin, and Cena at WrestleMania. It was The Rock, Undertaker, Triple H, or Shawn Michaels. Only one guy has done it. To beat Austin, Cena, and Hogan at WrestleMania. This is too much pressure. I'm having anxiety. I will say... I think for future quizzes, I'm going to up the time. 30 seconds is not enough time, I think. The answer is The Rock. The Rock had beaten Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 19, beat Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 18, and beat John Cena at WrestleMania 28. Shout out to Big Neff Network in the chat there. I see you. Got The Rock. Yeah, so when I had first created this quiz, it was giving out the idea of 20 seconds. 20 seconds is not enough. So I bumped it to 30 seconds. But I think for the next quiz, because I would like to do more quizzes with you guys, I'm probably going to bump up it to like maybe 60 seconds and give you guys a minute to think about it. Because it does go by pretty quick. I see everyone saying The Rock, though. Awesome job by everybody, The Rock. You guys already know, the final boss. Next up. Who has the most WrestleMania losses? The Big Show, Randy Orton, Shawn Michaels, or Triple H? This one I think is really just a toss-up. Because there's so many here that are close in line. Big Show, Randy Orton, Shawn Michaels, or Triple H? Who has suffered the most losses at WrestleMania? I will say there's one winner, and then the other three are all tied. Triple H, if you vote for Triple H, he has lost 13 times. 13 losses for Triple H. Meanwhile, The Big Show, Shawn, and Randy all have 11 losses. Fun fact, Cody has main evented 3 straight WrestleManias. It's only been done by 5 or 6 other wrestlers. Shout out to Dion with the fun fact there. I see a couple of Big Shows in there. Triple H. Sanford says Shawn. Shawn was a right answer, but Triple H had lost more. Shawn has 11 losses. Triple H has 13. Crazy to think about a guy like Triple H, who people criticize for his reign of terror, actually lost more than anybody at WrestleMania. Dion also said Triple H. Mount Ramos says Shawn. Wow, off by 2. Off by 2 is not that bad, though. Ironically enough, Shawn has 11 losses, and he's considered Mr. WrestleMania. We'll go to the next one here, guys. Who did John Cena defeat in his first WrestleMania appearance? There's actually the picture from WrestleMania. I won't even say which WrestleMania, but who did he beat in his first WrestleMania appearance? JBL, Triple H, The Big Show, Randy Orton. In his very first WrestleMania appearance, John Cena has beaten a lot of people. A lot of people. If you guys voted for The Big Show, The Big Show is the correct answer. It was WrestleMania 20. That was John's first WrestleMania appearance. It was for the United States Championship. And he defeated The Big Show. I see JBL. JBL would be his second WrestleMania. Brooklyn Brawler. Triple H. That'd be his third WrestleMania. Big Neff Network with The Big Show. Triple H always has been the guy for a betterment of his career. He's not a 14-time champion for nothing. Got to take some losses. Right on. Right on. Dion as well gets Big Show. WrestleMania 20, that's right. Madison Square Garden, that was his first WrestleMania. TCJ says, I meant Big Show. LOL. Yeah, of course. Oh, of course. I knew what you meant, TCJ. I knew what you meant. Okay, here we go. This is number 10. We're a fourth of the way done. What percentage of Royal Rumble winners win the title at WrestleMania? This one might be the toughest one. Because it's like, it could be any number. But I wanted to get a Royal Rumble one in there. And again, the difficulty of this one's pretty high. But if you had to pick, just pick one. What percentage of a Royal Rumble winner wins the title at Mania? 58%, 75%, 36%, or 49%? Some of them are close. Some of them are closer to the others. The answer is 58%. This is including both the men and women's Royal Rumble winner. A lot of controversy surrounding Jey Uso being that he's not going to main event WrestleMania. But there's still pretty good odds of winning. TCJ says, oh my god. There's still pretty good odds of winning the championship. You get over half, of a shot here. 58% can win the title. 36% says San Fran. 75%. 3/4 says Johnny. 58% says Dion. The answer is 58%. That one I find might have been the toughest one, just because it's percentages, and it's like there have been a litany of winners of the Royal Rumble, so really that was a shot in the dark. But I wanted to see who would be able to get that one. Next up on the quiz, how many The Weeknd songs have been a theme song for WrestleMania? About time I got one right. The Weeknd has been the theme song for WrestleMania a few times this past decade. How many times has The Weeknd had a theme song for WrestleMania? 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, or 6 times? The Weeknd, who will have another one this year, timeless for WrestleMania 41. Who will he? If you guessed 6 times, that would be correct. 6 times The Weeknd has had a theme song at WrestleMania. WrestleMania 36 was his first one with Blinding Lights. Then 37, Save Your Tears. 38 was Sacrifice. 39, I took a wild guess, but it's the big one, so I believe it's higher. Right on. Sometimes that's all you need. All you need is a wild guess. Counting this year, yes. Counting this year, it would be 6. I see a lot of 4s. You guys underestimate The Weeknd. This guy's been on a roll. A lot of 4s. I see a 3. But the answer is 6. We'll move on to the next one here. This is number 12. What's my favorite WrestleMania main event of all time? I talked about this on the stream. I talked about this in a video. Austin versus Hogan, Roman versus Cody, Taker versus Shawn, or the triple threat match where Benoit won. I want to see if you guys can get this one. I talked about this on the stream. I've talked about this a few times. Let's see if people actually know. The answer is Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. True or false, WrestleMania 41 will be the first Mania in Nevada? True or false? This is the first time we're going to be in Nevada. The answer is false. It was WrestleMania 9. I see people here in the chat. 26, never mind 40, Roman versus Cody. The answer was WrestleMania 26, Shawn versus Taker. Sanfran says false. WrestleMania 9 was the first. That's right. Mal Ramos says false as well. I'm going to try something here real quick, guys. It'll help with the faster. We see you on the stream. A little cameo there.
Sorry, guys.
No, no, you're good.
I'm just a wizard. I'm a technician.
Oh, here, let me get back on here. This is the first time we're doing a quiz, man. We're all learning.
Yeah.
We're all learning. It's a learning experience.
I just got off of work not too long ago.
Okay, so we said false. WrestleMania 9 was the very first WrestleMania where it was in Nevada.
Get out. Get out. Get out of my room.
If you guys can hear that. My brother went into his room and the cats went in. Let's move it along, yeah? Number 14. Who was the winner of the first ever Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania 21? This was in 2005. I gave you guys the year. Here's even the poster of the event itself. Rob Van Dam, CM Punk, Chris Jericho, or Edge. Who was the winner of the very first Money in the Bank match that had taken place at WrestleMania 21? Shout out to Luis in the chat there. I see you. The Money in the Bank, obviously a staple.
I can't find the other one. Oh.
It's a staple of. The answer is Edge.
Keep my mind because I don't want to chew the cables. It's like by your feet. The trash can. I'll throw it over here.
Stand by. The answer is Edge. We got a little bit of technical difficulties. We had some pets running around. Mom Ramos says RVD. Where was WrestleMania 1 held?
So they won't get it.
The very first WrestleMania, I will say, was in 1985. I'll give you that hint. Madison Square Garden in New York, Chicago, LA, or Michigan. Where was the very first WrestleMania held?
LA.
You want to chill here?
No, I can't right now.
Okay. The very first WrestleMania was held in Madison Square Garden. The most famous arena, MSG, Dion, right on the money. New York, that's the right answer. The Coliseum. No, the Coliseum would be WrestleMania 2. It'll be WrestleMania 2. We're going to call an audible here. This is what we're going to do instead. Because I'm afraid that the answers are getting revealed too quick, I'm going to change the screen. That way you guys don't see the answers yet. So, for 16, what was the famous tagline for WrestleMania 21? WrestleMania 21, it was in 2005. You have the taglines of Big Time, All Grown Up, WrestleMania Goes Hollywood, or The Ultimate Thrill Ride. Only one of these is correct. Big Time, WrestleMania Goes Hollywood, All Grown Up, and The Ultimate Thrill Ride. And we're going to cover it there. Let's wait for, I'm going to wait for some people to get their answers in. I want to give you guys an opportunity to vote. Again, this is the first time we're doing a quiz of this nature. So we're still working on it. It's still a progress. You saw a little bit of a cameo of San Fran earlier trying to get all the pets in order. But I'm going to wait for you guys to get those answers in. That way, it'll give you an opportunity to think about it. The options were WrestleMania Goes Hollywood, Big Time, All Grown Up, and The Ultimate Thrill Ride. I see some people here in the chat. Dion says Big Time. Sanfran says WrestleMania Goes Hollywood. Mama Ramos says Goes Hollywood as well. We'll give another option here. Somebody else want to chime in before we reveal the answer? Muhammad says Goes Hollywood, and on that note, the answer is WrestleMania Goes Hollywood. WrestleMania Goes Hollywood. That is the correct answer. A great tagline, one of my all-time favorites for sure. Okay. Great job. Great job to people who said WrestleMania Goes Hollywood. It's because of Eugene. All right, number 17 here. Who won the TLC match at WrestleMania 17? This was in 2001. Edge and Christian. The Hardy Boys. The Dudley Boys. Benoit and Jericho. Who won the TLC match at WrestleMania 17? The song was Big Time. Yep. Got 7 seconds here. Edge and Christian, the Hardys, the Dudleys, or Benoit and Jericho. I'm going to change it here. That way you guys won't see the answer just yet. Sanfran says Edge and Christian. Dion says Edge and Christian. WrestleMania 17, one of the all-time great WrestleManias. Had a TLC matchup. Who won it, though? Edge and Christian, the Hardys, the Dudleys, Benoit and Jericho. I think the Stooges, says Sanfran. We got a couple of Edge and Christians here. Anybody want to throw out something else? Is that what we're thinking? Edge and Christian. Sanfran says the fans won. Absolutely. Mama Ramos says Edge and Christian. If you guys voted for Edge and Christian, that would be correct. Edge and Christian were the winners of the WrestleMania 17's TLC matchup. Fun fact, but Benoit and Jericho won the next one, TLC 3. Next up, question number 18. How many WrestleManias has Michael Cole called? How many WrestleManias has Michael Cole been a part of the broadcast team? Not appeared, but specifically called the action. 23 WrestleManias, 15 WrestleManias, 35 or 20? How many WrestleManias has Michael Cole been a part of the broadcast team? The voice of the WWE, surely to go in the Hall of Fame one day. One of the all-time greats, man. How many WrestleManias has he called? Your options again are 23, 15, 35, and 20. Dion says 15. Dion says 15 WrestleManias. Who else? Anyone else want to throw out an option here? Sanfran says 15. Again, this isn't appearances. This is how many times has Michael Cole been at the desk. Mama Ramos says 23. 23. That's a pretty good guess. His first was WrestleMania 21, says Sanfran. Sanfran says WrestleMania 20. My mistake. Or 19. Sanfran, you're sounding indecisive. I know the answer, Sanfran. Mama Ramos says Haley's favorite person. I think maybe you meant Bailey, but I know what you mean. 19 was his first. I hate to break it to you, Sanfran. 15 was his first. His first WrestleMania was 15.
It's 19. It's 19. You want to know how I know?
How do you know?
Because he called the Cruiserweight match of Don't Tell Me to Tell Me. Rey Mysterio and Matt Hardy for the Cruiserweight title.
I mean, he was there, but that wasn't... He was there, but that wasn't his first.
What?
No, it was 15.
It was 2000.
No,
Now I'm just playing.
15. 99. 99.
No, I know it's 99 because 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah. The answer, though, 23 WrestleManias. The only one to get it right was Mama Ramos. 23 WrestleManias.
She googled it.
Huh?
She googled it.
She Googled it.
She had to.
She
Dude, I had to hurdle over out of my room over the cats to tell you.
yeah, to tell me the wrong answer.
Yo, did you know the answer?
Yeah, I made the quiz.
You did.
Yeah, well, as you can see. Beyonce, shout out my boy San Fran.
What's up, man? Why'd you turn off the camera? Turn it back on.
Huh?
Why'd you turn off the camera? They know it's me.
They know it's you.
Okay, you can continue.
My second guess was 20, says Dion. Let's move along. 19 out of 40. Who was Vince McMahon's only win at WrestleMania against? Shane McMahon, Jim Ross, Pat McAfee, or Bret Hart? Who was the only guy that Vince McMahon beat at WrestleMania? He's fought all of these guys,
Yeah. No, I know.
with the exception of one.
Well, yeah, that I know.
But who was the guy that Vince McMahon beat at WrestleMania? He's only won one match.
Okay, so was the Pat McAfee a tag team match?
These were all singles.
Okay.
These were all single matches. Shane McMahon, Jim Ross, Pat McAfee, or Bret Hart?
I think I know the answer.
Yeah, because you can see the screen. Mama Ramos says, you wish I Googled it. Dion says Bret Hart.
You know what's crazy? Because we were there.
We were there for that. So, unfortunately,
I don't remember
Dion, we were there for that. And we know that Bret Hart won that match. I'm going to wait for a couple people here to throw out their answers. Do you have any guesses? I know you saw the answer already, but like, who were you thinking of?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't remember.
You remember?
Well, I was stuck between Bret Hart and McAfee.
Yeah.
Because Bret Hart, I really don't remember because I was mostly hyped for the Taker versus Shawn.
How about take her shirt?
It's not sure by the way.
Thanks, man. Mama Ramos says his son Shane.
I believe that was WrestleMania 17 when they fought.
There's a street fight. So I will say, he fought Shane McMahon at WrestleMania 17. He fought Bret Hart at WrestleMania 26. He fought Pat McAfee at 38. But he never fought Jim Ross. Dion says, my first guess was Stone Cold before the multiple choice popped up. Dion says, I want to say Pat McAfee now. Well, with that being said, Dion, the answer is Pat McAfee.
Well, I would have never got that because I don't remember.
It was one of the.
I know.
It was the last Mania
I know.
for Vince. That was.
Yeah.
We're halfway there. What match does WWE consider to be the greatest WrestleMania matchup? They recently did a countdown of their greatest WrestleMania matches. Who do they consider to be the best WrestleMania match of all time? Austin versus Brett at 13, Austin versus Rock at 17, Taker versus Shawn, or the TLC matchup that we talked about earlier, Hardys, Dudleys, and Edge and Christian. A lot of great options here. 3 seconds left. I'm going to change the screen there, give you guys an opportunity to really think about that. The options were Austin versus Bret Hart, Austin versus Rock,
Another good one.
Taker versus Shawn,
Great one.
TLC 2.
I love that match.
Dion says he doesn't get credit for beating his son, and I don't recall a Jim Ross match, plus everybody loves JR. That's not fair. That's why I put it there, because of the whole beef between Vince and JR.
You know, I want to try his barbecue sauce.
I would. Austin versus Rock, says Dion. Any other guesses? Like I said, it was Austin Rock, Austin Brett, Taker Shawn, TLC 2. What match did WWE consider to be the greatest WrestleMania matchup. Mama Ramos says Austin versus Hart. That's a good one as well. That's a good one as well. But the answer is Undertaker versus Shawn. That was voted as the number one match in WrestleMania history. As it should be. I mean, a fantastic matchup. Number 21. Who has not performed at WrestleMania? We've had a lot of musical performances. Who has not performed? P. Diddy, Limp Bizkit, Pitbull, or Bad Bunny? Three of these people, or three of these, names have performed. One has not. Who is the one that has not performed at a WrestleMania? Only one has not performed. Let the timer go here. The options, like I said, P. Diddy, Limp Bizkit, Pitbull, Bad Bunny. Three of these names have performed. One has not. Who is the one that has not performed? Remember that. Has not. P. Diddy, Limp Bizkit, Pitbull, or Bad Bunny. Dion says Limp Bizkit. WrestleMania known to have a lot of participation from celebrities and musical performances. Will we see any this year? I hope so. I love seeing a good little musical performance every now and then. Mama Ramos says P. Diddy. P. Diddy is their answer. Give you guys an opportunity here. I just realized I've missed Mama Ramos' comment. Let's not forget that Vince fought God. Yeah. And he beat him. I'll never forget that one. Okay, and the answer. The answer is Bad Bunny. P. Diddy performed at WrestleMania 29. Limp Bizkit performed at 19. Pitbull performed at 33. But Bad Bunny has wrestled, but never performed. Dion asks, did he perform, right? He did perform, yeah. Back in 2013 for WrestleMania 29. I thought that would be an interesting one to throw out there. Next up here. The ECW has only been the ECW Championship has only been defended once at WrestleMania. When was this? 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010. It was only defended once. It was only defended once, and your options are 07, 08, 09, or 2010. Again, a shot in the dark for most people. But if you had to take a guess. Bad Bunny fought, I should have guessed, a wild card. And that's the thing too, when it came to that one, Bad Bunny was really semantics. Because he performed as a wrestler, but he didn't perform as a celebrity, as a musical artist. Didn't he come on a semi? Yes, Bad Bunny did come out on a semi, but he didn't perform music. He wrestled. So that was a little bit of a trick question. Because he never performed as an artist. He performed as a wrestler. Dion says 25. The question is, when was the ECW title defended? In 09, 08, 2010, or 2007? Dion says in 2025, or excuse me, at WrestleMania 25. Mama Ramos agrees. But the answer is 2008, the year before. The matchup in question was Chavo Guerrero versus Kane for the ECW title. The match lasted like 8 seconds. It was literally blink and you miss it. So I won't fault anybody for not remembering. It's almost like it didn't happen. What year was WrestleMania created? I literally said this earlier in the stream today. 1982, 1988, 1985, or 1987. I said it earlier in the stream. Let's see if anybody picked up on it. What year was the very first WrestleMania? 82, 88, 85, or 87? Give you a couple more seconds here to look at the answers before I change the screen. 82, 88, 85, or 87. The very first WrestleMania, Madison Square Garden, New York. The main event, I will say, Hulk Hogan and Mr. T versus Roddy Piper and Paul Orndorff. Was that a curveball? Because, oh wait, Bobby on the cover. LOL. Yes, it was. Good catch on Dion because Bobby was the champion, but he didn't defend the title. Muhammad says 85. Mama Ramos says 85. Dion says 88. The answer is 85. 85 was the very first WrestleMania. Shout out to Muhammad and Mama Ramos there. True or false? WrestleMania has only taken place in North America. True or false? WrestleMania has only taken place in North America. Is that true or false? This one's 50-50. It's either yes or no. Has WrestleMania only taken place in North America? There's been 40 WrestleManias. We're about to hit 41. Dion says false. Again, keep in mind 40 WrestleManias. A lot to choose from, a lot of different venues, a lot of different countries, or sorry, states and venues. Dion says false. Mama Ramos says false. The answer is true. WrestleMania has only taken place in North America. It has never been outside of the continent. Now, again, this might have been of a trick question because they've been to Canada twice. WrestleMania 6 and WrestleMania 18 took place in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. But that's still a part of North America. So technically, they've never left North America. Let's move on here. Where will WrestleMania 42 take place? Indianapolis, Indiana, New Orleans, Minneapolis, or Santa Clara? Where will WrestleMania 42 take place? I'm shooting in the dark on some of these, but honestly, I'm not because it all adds up to where was I most of these. And I do know my nostalgia, my friend. Somewhat at least. Shout out to Dion there. Love the answers, by the way. Where will WrestleMania 42 take place? Indianapolis, New Orleans, Minneapolis, or Santa Clara, California? They've already announced it. Sean and me are on the same zodiac. Shout out to Dion.
Look at the questions.
Oh, you can't see him, but he's here.
Say his name and he appears.
Dion says Minnesota. Do you want to throw out your answer?
I don't know what the question is.
Well, don't look at it because it's going to say the answer.
Okay, well, what's the question?
Where will the next WrestleMania take place next year? Is it going to be Indianapolis, Santa Clara, New Orleans, or Minneapolis? Where will WrestleMania 42 be?
New Orleans.
New Orleans?
Yeah.
Muhammad agrees. Dion agrees. And that's the answer. New Orleans.
Honestly, they gotta go somewhere else.
They really do, I think.
No, because honestly, I kind of don't like New Orleans. I'm getting tired of
I,
it.
I like New Orleans, but it's like they've been going there. Was it the third time in less than 15 years?
I'm just getting tired of it. They gotta go somewhere new.
At WrestleMania 20, Victoria defeated Molly Holly, and what happened as a result?
Oh, I know.
A. Molly Holly retired. B. Molly had her head shaved. C. Molly quit. Or D. Molly Holly attacked Victoria with a chair.
Uh,
What happened?
can I phone a friend?
Who you gonna phone? You gonna phone me?
Yeah, I mean, she took your route.
Oh, that's real funny.
Yeah.
That's real funny. What happened here? Molly Holly defended the women's championship against Victoria. Dion says Minnesota will host SummerSlam. That's right. He got my true question. What happened to Molly Holly though at WrestleMania 20?
She went bald. She had her head shaved.
You said the head shave.
Mm-hmm.
Dion says that head shaved as well. Classic.
Yeah.
Molly Holly, I'll tell you right now, is a trooper.
That's what's best for business.
That's a trooper. That's what business needs. Mama Ramos agrees. Shaved. That's right. She had her head shaved. An iconic moment. The story, too, behind that is Molly Holly and Victoria weren't going to have a match at WrestleMania. And Molly Holly really pushed for it. And convinced them that, hey, well, what if we shave my head? And they were like, yeah, we love that. Let's do it. Yeah, no, Molly Holly pushed for it. She said, what if we shave my head?
Damn. I mean, it did work. People remember her for that.
Yeah. Okay. It did work. I mean, it was a memorable moment, too. Again, a trooper. Who was the last person to win Money in the Bank at WrestleMania? CM Punk, The Miz, Swagger, or Del Rio? Who was the last guy to win Money in the Bank at WrestleMania? Before it was a pay-per-view. It was a match at WrestleMania.
I'd want to say Swagger.
You want to
No.
say Swagger? No?
I'm stuck between Swagger and Del Rio.
Mm-hmm. Dion says, I think Zoe Starks should be at WrestleMania. I love her. Zoe Starks is underrated, I will say. I think the best member of Pure Fusion Collective. Muhammad says Punk. What was your final answer?
Swagger.
Swagger. I will say, Hudden.
What?
Or San Fran.
Yeah. San Fran.
We were there.
Yeah, I remember.
We were there. The last guy that won. I'm going to give it a couple more seconds here. Also in the chat, 68% say Cody's going to beat John Cena.
I think that's smart. We opened a cold one.
And also the match between Jade and Naomi is the first singles divas match. Well, I mean, a women's matchup. We don't call them divas anymore. Without any stipulation or no title on the line. Congrats to them, too, by the way. I'm looking forward to that matchup.
Can't you get canceled for that?
What? Diva?
Yeah.
I don't know. What was the question? I was typing. The question is, who was the last person to win the Money in the Bank briefcase at WrestleMania? Before it became a premium live event, it was a match at WrestleMania. Who was the last guy to win? Punk, The Miz, Swagger, Alberto Del Rio.
Hey, I can't lie. Jack Swagger is kind of a fire name.
Jack Swagger. That's not even his real name. I just remembered.
No, it's Jake, right?
Yeah, it's Jake Hager.
Mm.
No, Jack Swagger is a cool name though.
Wasted potential.
Yeah, he was bad at promos though.
Yeah.
I'm hoping Dion gets the answer here as I answer. The answer is Jack Swagger. Won at WrestleMania 26. We were there for that.
What was it? Was it Real Americans or All Americans?
The real American. No. He was an All-American, but then the tag team was the Real Americans.
You might remind me. It was Zeb Coulter's manager, correct?
That's right. Who held the world title at last year's WrestleMania? Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, or all of the above? Who held the championship at last year's WrestleMania?
I wanted to say it because I remember. I'm gonna go. So
Who held the world championship at last year's Mania?
yeah,
You know the answer?
yeah, I watched it.
Okay, but like just show me a number, so like they don't hear you.
Well, it's shapes though.
No, okay. Well, if you want to, no, we'll just stop. We'll just stop. Okay. Who held the world championship at last year's WrestleMania? Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, or all of the above?
I thought it was genius.
What? What happened?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. What happened? It was genius.
It was great. I'd have to agree with you.
They got locked up, by the way, so I'm gonna take this back.
Okay.
Hopefully, you don't hear my knees pop.
Mara Ramos says all of the above. Seth held it, Drew held it, and McIntyre says Dion. I think we're picking up on it. Because it was a trick question, guys. All of the above held it. Seth walked into the event as champion. Drew beat Seth, and then Damian beat Drew. The answer is all of the above. Shout out to those who got it. Which WrestleMania is this? Take a look at it. Look at the screen, the entrance, the logo. What WrestleMania is this? 24, 28, 33, or 37? I knew what you meant, Dion. Take a good look at it. What entranceway was that? Was it WrestleMania 24, 28, 33, or 37? Dion says, my bad, I'm on East Coast time. Forgive me. 33. I knew what you meant, Dion. No worries, buddy. Dion says 33. Give them another second here. Anybody else wants to chime in and drop off their answer? The options were 2008, 2012, 2017, or 2021. Mama Ramos says 2012. Muhammad says 33. The answer is 33. The answer is 33. That would be 2017. Which WrestleMania is this? Get a good look at it. Your options are 23, 26, 29, 31. Get a good look. Look at the colors. Look at the logo. Look at the entrance. Really take it in. What are we thinking? Quite a few selections here. We'll take that off before it reveals the answer. Dion says, again, some of these are shots in the dark, for real. Some of these were periods when I wasn't watching, and that's why it's the ultimate quiz, man. You know, these are the type of questions that someone with a lot of extra time, you know, like myself, has on their hand when they're watching a bunch of it, man. But again, it's only the first quiz we're doing here on the stream. I'd like to do another one with you guys and really hone in on the process and being able to give you guys enough time. We're learning here because in the next one, I'm probably gonna increase the time to maybe 60 seconds to give you guys enough time to guess. Dion says 29.
Keep going. Don't mind me.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're guessing WrestleMania's their the entrance.
Ooh, I like that actually.
Yeah, I can't show you now because it went, but I will give you a hint. It was like an Aztec type of a.
Okay, well I don't need to know. I mean, we were there. Once it said Aztec, I'm like, well, that's easy.
Yep. Dion says 29. Mama Ramos says 31. Muhammad says 35. The answer's 26.
You know, it's kind of funny because they don't have that at Arizona.
It's the theme, man. CM Punk made an appearance as a part of whose entrance at WrestleMania?
I already know. I didn't get to see the questions or the answers.
John Cena, The Rock, Triple H, or JBL. Whose entrance was CM Punk a part of?
I can tell you, it's a really creative entrance.
Yeah.
I kind of miss those.
Yeah, that's true.
They felt more unique.
They really stood out.
Now.
They stood out.
Yeah, because nowadays they just depend on like big gears, like capes and everything. And don't get me wrong, it looks cool, but it was just so cool, like to have like a meaningful entrance that like happened in Chicago.
Yeah.
So they dressed up as the gangsters.
Mama almost changed her answer to 26 for the previous one. I wish I could have kept my score. I mean, technically, you could go back. It would. You kind of have to go back and check the answers, but the comments will be available afterwards. Whose entrance was CM Punk a part of?
Oh, that's fine.
Kevin's back. What's going on, Kevin?
What's up, Kev?
Dion says John Cena.
WrestleMania 22.
It was
In
WrestleMania
Chicago.
22 in Chicago.
Is it called the United Center?
No.
Oh, okay. What's it called right now?
It's the Allstate Arena.
Okay. Underrated pay-per-view. Like WrestleMania.
John Cena, he said in this promo a few weeks ago. LOL. Dion, yeah, hey, well, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good because he did point it out.
Yeah, that Dion, he said it in his promo. That was right on. Has Cena ever explained why he sided with The Rock? Actually, he hasn't. No, they haven't even addressed that. And that's one thing I don't like. We haven't talked about the fact that he sided with The Rock.
Do you think it'll be answered at Mania then?
Hopefully
Like The
tomorrow.
Rock would try to intervene.
Hopefully tomorrow on SmackDown we get something. When is WrestleMania? Saturday and Sunday.
I'm hoping RVD is there.
That'd be cool.
That'd be funny.
The answer though is John Cena. CM Punk was a part of his entrance in 2006.
Freakzilla's in the lead.
Who won this match at WrestleMania 3?
This is the Killer Beast. Oh.
Can you imagine? Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan. It was a draw, or it didn't happen at WrestleMania 3.
Well, if you would have told Hogan, he probably would have lied. Oh, brother, it didn't happen at WrestleMania 3. It was at WrestleMania 1.
Imagine. Was that Starrcade?
Jeez.
I thought we had another 3 weeks of build-up. No, Kevin, it's this weekend, buddy. The 19th and 20th. Oh, snap, I just gave away the answer.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention to this timer.
Oh, man.
Well, hopefully they didn't catch it. Who won?
They can just go back with that.
That's true, you can rewind it, huh?
Just go back.
Listen.
Hey, you gotta pull Eddie to win.
Hey, I feel like the answer was kind of obvious, between those two. I don't know how I feel about the build-up. I expected Cena to be pushed as a Lesnar or some,
Maybe tomorrow they'll explain it.
That's still tomorrow. We still have a shot, but I feel like I don't want to say got lazy, but they got comfortable because Cena versus Cody's a big matchup where you don't really need a crazy build.
Mind you, every show before WrestleMania, it's always big. Something big happens. So it's SmackDown. It's literally the night before something is going to happen.
Yeah. Dion says mid Hogan. Yeah, you're right. I gave that one away on accident. What WrestleMania is this?
Ooh, already know.
Yep. WrestleMania 18, 19, 20, or 22. An iconic matchup between The Rock and Mid Hogan, as Dion eloquently put it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't there a nickname for this match?
Icon versus Icon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a title there.
You know, if we were to go in blind into this match, who would you go for?
I would go for The Rock.
Yeah, same.
I would go for The Rock for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Who wins that matchup though? Well, not who wins the matchup, but what was it from? WrestleMania 18, 19, 20, or 22?
X8. Sheiky approves.
We love the Iron Sheik.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you probably love him more than I do. I won't even.
I do.
Like,
I really
I'm
do.
not even.
I would legitimately get a shirt of Iron Sheik that's like something against Hogan.
Yeah.
I would. No, actually, you know how they're bringing back retro shirts of like frames, like shots.
Yeah.
Of like a match. I would buy one of Iron Sheik, putting Hogan in the
Camel clutch.
yeah.
Put him
I
in
would. I would buy that
Put him in the camel clutch.
and make him humble.
I love the Taker one where they're
Oh
talking
my gosh!
the
Yeah.
squat when Taker shares a room with Iron Sheik and he just hears him doing the squats.
In the middle of the night.
Excellent for your lungs.
That's crazy, and that's when Undertaker barely started too. So he really couldn't talk back because he wasn't
Respect. Yeah, it was about respect. The answer is WrestleMania 18 in 2002.
If you guys haven't seen that match, I really recommend it.
It was the best match on the card, by
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
And we don't like Hogan, but we give him that credit. What stipulation was this match at WrestleMania 13? A street fight, an I Quit match, no holds barred, or submission match?
That's a good one, actually, because I don't even know.
It's like Taboo Tuesday, where it's like they're all the same.
I'd want to say a submission match.
You said submission match?
I'd want to say, but I don't know, because I think of the finish. Because it could be an I Quit match because he didn't say I quit. It could be a submission match because he didn't tap.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Kevin wants to know who in the WWE has a fire beard game or stash game. Mark Henry has a full beard. Favorite beard? Maybe Daniel Bryan. Jesus. Gabs, thank you so much for the birthday wish. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Oh man, I was gonna pull a rib on you.
What?
But now people know it's your birthday.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe not me. We only have 18 people in here, so
Yeah.
I mean, maybe people, not a lot of people will know.
Well, no, because the rib, what I was gonna do on 420, I was gonna tell everyone it's your birthday, even though it's a day late.
You could have still done it, low key.
Yeah, but I mean,
It's too late now. Oh man, Gabs, I appreciate you so much.
you better get punchies for your birthday now.
That's gonna help us pay for the food. I appreciate it. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Gabs. Technically that's the first birthday wish I got this year. Technically.
I'm sorry, I'm not enough for you.
No, I'm not saying you're not enough. I'm just saying,
fine.
I don't want to get personal with you right now. Hey, speaking of, have you seen the video of the Usos? They did an interview. Oh my god, it was like goat talk. No,
I've been working.
I'm not. I'm not saying.
I'm sorry,
Like,
I've been working.
Oh god. Okay, fine.
But no, you should show me.
It's good. It reminds me of us.
Really?
Yeah, I'll show it to you.
Okay.
The answer is a submission match. By the way, you thought I forgot your birthday, Gaz. I didn't expect anyone to remember. Aside from my family, I didn't expect anybody in the chat.
Honestly,
Truthfully.
I think my birthday's the easiest to remember.
Do you think so?
Well, just think of Eddie Guerrero.
True.
We share the same birthdays.
True. And George Kittle.
This is true. And John Lennon.
John Lennon. Okay, favorite beard though? Okay, hear me out. Hold on, I gotta pull my face back up. Hear me out.
I already know what you're gonna say.
What?
I already know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say Ministry of Darkness Taker?
Yes. Yeah. Ministry of Darkness Taker. From 99, he had this pointy beard. That's my answer. How did you know I was gonna say that?
With the sash. Honestly, Cody Rhodes has an underrated mustache. No, but honestly, I think Hogan in 02.
Oh, okay. When he was the NWO?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's actually kind of underrated.
I'm not mad at
Salt and
that.
pepper.
I'm not mad at that at all. What WrestleMania? It says Jose, but what WrestleMania did we attend? Again, this is for people who caught it in the stream.
WrestleMania 1.
I should have put that as an option. WrestleMania 21, 26, 40, or 29.
I tell you what, I'd be at WrestleMania 3 to see the Killer Bees take on Iron Sheik and the
Appreciate that, Dion.
Well, I was there. I don't need to say it.
No, you know the answer.
Yeah, because I was there.
Your options are WrestleMania 21, 26, 40, or 29. Let's see who remembers what's the WrestleMania that we attended. Appreciate that, Dion. Sam says 26. Thank you, Sam.
I was just talking about that match today at work of Streak versus Career.
It's a good matchup, dude.
Well, I converted one of my coworkers, and he said he's gonna watch 25 and 26.
Who was it? Was it Andrew? Or
Yeah.
Andrew?
Yeah, because he saw clips of the first one, and he actually really liked it.
It's really good.
But I think I made the mistake of showing the best match because now
It's like the bar.
That.
Yeah, the bar's too high now.
You
Mama
can't
Rama
top
says
it.
26. No, yeah, you can't top it. 20. We're getting 26. Hey, people. Hey, you guys are MVPs here.
Honestly, I kind of want to like watch 25, 26, 27, and 28 all in one shot.
Like a back-to-back feature.
Yeah, I think
I
we'll do
love
it after the stream. I got a lot of Mountain Dew, so I'm good. I like Mountain Dew how Jim Cornette loves his Sprite.
Muhammad says 26. Muhammad says 26. The one everyone got wrong. How funny would that be? Everyone got it right though. 26. Shout out to Martin. Martin, it's been a minute. I know Martin says that they listen to the stream and because they do it while they work. We appreciate that, Martin. Thank you so much. Always a real one as well. Let's see. WrestleMania 26 was such a good one though. That main event. I don't know how you felt about it, Jefe.
Oh no, I loved it.
I cried.
I still remember.
I cried.
I don't remember because I was just shocked because it was just a great ending.
It was such a good match, dude. So blessed to have been actually in attendance for that.
I don't know.
True or false? Jey Uso has never beaten Gunther in a one-on-one match. Is that true or false? He's never beaten him.
I'm going with true because how many times is he facing him now?
A few times.
And I'm calling it. Watch him lose at Mania. Watch Jay lose. If Jay lose, the only way for him to get loose is if he gets screwed. Okay.
True or false? Has Jey Uso? Let me read it correctly. Jey Uso has never beaten Gunther in a one-on-one matchup. Is that true or false? Martin says true. Kevin says, "Do we mess with energy drinks?" I don't. I don't drink energy drinks.
I drank a Monster one time. I'm never doing that ever again.
Yeah, I try not to drink caffeine. The only thing I get caffeine from is like Arizona teas.
I feel like a wrestler on roids back in the 80s. Never again.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Ultimate Warrior, dude.
Oh, man.
Have you seen him with the muscle band things?
Yeah.
It's so tight. Like, it looks like his arms are about to
ridiculous.
burst.
Jose, do you listen to corridos? Not avidly. Like, I'm not gonna say like I'm not saying like I'm not a fan.
But you listen to all types of music.
Yeah, I listen to all type of music, but I wouldn't say avidly. Not necessarily. The picture one we all got wrong. Yeah, they did get the entrance wrong. Dion says it's true. Soon to be 0-4. True. The answer is true. He's never beaten him one-on-one. I think that changes this weekend. Did you see they're going to be the opener?
Wait, what?
There's reports saying Gunther versus Jay's going to be the opener.
That's actually sad because he won Mania. He won the Rumble.
Yeah, but if you're not going to go last, people say you should go first. To get like the crowd going and set the tone.
I guess.
Martin says, "Show us your drink, San Fran." No, you don't.
Huh?
Show them your drink.
We were back. Actually, I went to QT.
Okay. I love Ghost energy drinks and black coffee. I could never, Dion. Shout out to you, but I could never. Oh wait, let me go back to the screen. This year, this marks Rey Mysterio's blank WrestleMania match. So 10th, 13th, 15th, or 20th WrestleMania matches. How many WrestleManias will this mark for Rey Mysterio this year? The answers are 10, 13, 15, and 20.
Went to the gas station to get a drink.
Hold on, I'm going to change it right now.
Okay.
This year marks how many WrestleMania matches for Rey Mysterio?
Ooh, I'm gonna go with. Hey, leave me alone, bro.
The reveal of the QT cup.
Extra large, baby. Yeah, that's why I was late to the stream.
Yeah, the QT. That's got a quick trip. Martin says 20. Martin says this is Ray's 20th WrestleMania matchup. Salvi says 15.
I lost track, man, because that man been around a lot.
He's been around a lot. Imagine if he didn't leave either, because he had left for a minute there.
Yeah.
Dion says 13.
I could explain, Mom. It was for the stream, you know.
Dion changed it to 15.
Would you like some, Mom?
Dion, I'm gonna tell you right now, Dion, you shouldn't have done it. The answer is 13.
Hey, it's all good, Dion. I didn't know either, to tell you the truth.
That's a good guess. Muhammad said 15 as well. Which character has Rey Mysterio not portrayed at WrestleMania? He's been known to cosplay at Mania. Daredevil, Captain America, Batman, and the Avatar. Who has Rey not portrayed at WrestleMania?
I know.
Do you? Yeah, that's right. It just Mama Rama says sure.
Well, because that was AEW.
No, it was SummerSlam.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was All In, actually.
No, All In he was Wolverine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But what was first, All Out or All In?
All In was first.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, All In was first. Anyway, anywho, back to this. Mama Rama says Batman. The answers, or the options really, Daredevil, Captain America, Batman, or the Avatar, as our dog barks in the background. Who has Rey Mysterio not portrayed?
You have like Batista.
I like how this is very much like the first very, very interactive stream where you can hear all our pets in the background. Nothing wrong with it. Doesn't bother me. Salvi says the Avatar. Mama Ramos says, and he wore San Fran mask too. He did, yeah. He wore the mask that you had created for him.
Yeah.
Dion says, I only thought because, like San Fran said, he's been around for a while, so I put some respect on his name. And again, not a bad guess either, Dion. It's a solid guess. But he's been injured, so it's been a minute. I like how Salvi and Dion are saying Avatar. Because he was the Avatar when we went to WrestleMania.
Yeah, I know.
So it's like that. He was Avatar. So I'll give you the answer. Batman. At WrestleMania 19, he was Daredevil. At 27, he was Captain America. At 26, he was the Avatar. And he portrayed Batman at SummerSlam in 2012. And he did play the Joker at 25. That was the trick question there.
Honestly, I think the Daredevil one and the Flash one is my favorite ones.
Those are nice. Those are cool. He needs to bring this gimmick back, but they said some copyright stuff. And that's true. I wonder what he's going to do this year.
So, here's my guess. It's Vegas. I think it's going to dress accordingly to the city.
Like Elvis?
That's what I'm thinking.
I feel like Seth would be more like Elvis.
No, I did said Seth, remember?
Yeah.
I did said Seth. But I feel like it's going to dress accordingly to... Oh, what about Gambit?
Gambit's a deep cut. I'm not opposed. I like that.
Because he cards, Vegas, you know,
the
casinos.
cards. Yeah. Gab says, I'm just waiting for Mama Ramos' appearance. We should make that a special stream.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, I will say I'm very protective when it comes to like my family.
How about dog
members.
reveal?
A dog reveal would be great.
Yeah.
He would not stay still.
That's a mascot. That's my mascot on my
He's not
stream.
gonna stay still. That dog reveal, this man's gonna look at the camera and just run away. It seems to be more chill live. I like the vibe, guys. Always having fun watching you together. I thank you. I appreciate that, Gabs. That's how it is. I mean, would you say that's pretty much the vibe all the time between you and I?
Yeah, except when I play Halo. That's a whole different ballpark.
Oh, I mean, I gotta go see that Avatar one. It was a cool one.
Yeah.
It was a cool
Even
one.
though I never seen the movies.
So the first one's good. The second one I don't remember. I'm gonna share a funny story. Well, maybe not a funny story, but I don't share a lot of personal stories. I went to go see the second movie with someone. Do you remember?
Yeah.
I was not interested in the movie.
Well, I just remember because I kind of want to see the
You
movie.
kind of want to see
I
it.
kind of want to watch the movie.
Yeah. Side note, I went to go see it with a girl, with a lady friend. We saw Avatar. Nothing happened out of it. I mean, we just watched the movie. I know you wanted to watch it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's okay.
You didn't miss much. I'll tell you right now, the first one's better.
Hey, if anything, Revenge of the Sith is re-releasing in theaters.
Speaking of which, you got to see the Fantastic Four trailer. Did you see it?
No. So usually with Marvel, I love Marvel, but
Oh, you want to stay away from it?
I'm staying away from everything. Like
It looks good.
I saw a few screenshots.
Yeah, it looks good.
I saw Silver Surfer.
What are your thoughts?
Um,
It's early.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm staying away from everything because I don't want to get spoiled and all that. Like spoilers and all. So
I will.
I like to go in blind.
I totally respect that. I think that's the right approach. I will say though, I don't think this trailer really gives anything away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think it does. I can see that it's gonna be similar to the Rise of the Silver Surfer though, because Galactus and stuff like that.
I'm sorry, I saw Dion's comment. Five Guys bacon cheeseburger,
The best cheat meal.
Jinx. For me, In and Out. I love In and Out. That's my cheat meal.
100%. When you get fast food, I try to stay away from it. But whenever In and Out's on the table, I'm in.
I eat In and Out like Jim Cornette with burger. Triple cheese, triple mayo, double onion.
That's terrible.
Do you guys should listen to the Dairy Queen incident? For crazy wrestling road trips, the Dairy Queen incident is probably the most interesting one.
We should talk about that. Yeah, we should.
That should be like another Thursday episode, a whole separate thing of just Jim Cornette
Do you think
antics.
Do you think I could play the audio?
No.
I think I could play the audio.
No, because I know the word for words, and it's not like YouTube appropriate.
It's not friendly.
Yeah, it's not friendly.
Damn, that's a good one.
Maybe if you could bleep it or something.
If I could, yeah, but then I'm probably bleeping every other word from Cornette.
Yeah. No, because I. You could try, but we'll find something out.
We'll figure it out.
Figure it out,
That's
yeah.
another topic.
But we should do like an antics of just Jim Cornette stuff.
Oh, I'd be down. Dion says, what do you know? El Grande Americano is none other than Chad Gable. Allegedly.
I don't know.
Allegedly, it's Chad Gable. We don't know this for sure.
Well, did you hear about the tattoo theory? I don't know. I don't think it's him.
There's a tattoo theory.
There's a tattoo theory on the back of the neck.
Huh. I don't know. I think we got two more questions here.
I think it's El Generico.
I would love to see El Generico. Who has not appeared at WrestleMania? Mike Tyson, Cyndi Lauper, Donald Trump, Tom Brady. Who has not appeared at WrestleMania?
Technically, OJ appeared at WrestleMania.
OJ did not.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my God, he
did.
did.
He did.
He technically did. You're right.
I know the answer.
Yeah. Well, I know you know the answer.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I need to.
But yeah, technically, OJ Simpson did make an appearance. I keep forgetting which WrestleMania it was.
12.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 12. So who has not appeared at WrestleMania? Mike Tyson, Cyndi Lauper, Donald Trump, or Tom Brady? Yeah, that's a good point. The Bronco Chase appeared on 96, WrestleMania 12. So
you should have put that on there.
I should have.
You should have put that on there.
I should have, but hey. That would have been crazy. That's a good fun fact. Muhammad says Mike Tyson. Mama Ramos said Brady. Keep in mind, this is who has not appeared at WrestleMania. As a matter of fact, Sanford, I think they might.
Yeah.
I think they might. I think it's a possibility. Well, because they said they might want to. Anyway, sidetrack here. Let's see Paul Allen's card. Oh, bone. Anyway.
Impressive.
The answer. Tom Brady has never appeared at WrestleMania. Mike Tyson appeared in 98. Cyndi Lauper, but that's my homegirl. She's a Hall of Famer in my book.
Girls just want to have fun.
That's right. Cyndi Lauper was at the first one. Trump appeared at like 4, 5, 7, 20, and 23. And 29. He's like a favorite.
29?
He was in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But Tom Brady has never appeared. I think there's a shot he does this year. Yeah, I think there might be a shot.
I mean, he does own partial of the
True.
Raiders.
True. Dion asked, who do you think tweaks their entrance at WrestleMania 41? Like, comes out to some remix version song or a special grand entrance, maybe? Someone plays Roman's song on the piano. What do you think?
I think CM Punk.
I agree with you. I think Living Color comes out.
Because tomorrow they're performing.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah, they're doing a show on Friday.
I think Living
The
Color comes
concert.
out. I think Cody and Cena are gonna. They have to get big ones, right?
And I feel like something with Jey Uso.
Yeah, something with
Because
Jey
when you
Uso.
won the Rumble, you want to come in good.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see quite a few. I think the locks, Cena and Cody are locked. Punk.
I don't think Cena is because he's a heel. Why is he going to do that for the fans?
You don't think they're gonna do something though? It's Cena. It's his last one.
I think he's just going to... I don't know. We should do a bet.
Why?
I don't think it's going to do anything big.
I guess it depends on what you think is big. Dion says look for TB at WrestleMania. There's word he may be there. That's why I threw that in there as a possibility. Again, trick question. Last one. This is the last question here on the quiz. John Cena has competed at 16 WrestleManias. How many matches has he won?
Okay, hold on. I want to guess this one. Okay, so...
You want to take the options?
No.
16 WrestleMania appearances for John Cena. How many victories has he earned at the show of shows? Your options here: 8, 10, 12, 13. Meanwhile, San Fran's in the corner here trying to count him up. Count him up. Do you have your answer? No?
No, because this was been so many WrestleManias, I can't keep count, man.
Dion says,
I want to say it's over 10.
you think it's over 10?
Yeah.
Okay. Muhammad says 12. Dion says, is it his last one really, though? I think he has one more. I don't know, Dion. I think it's his last one.
I think it's his last match, but not his last appearance.
Yes. I agree.
You know, it's like Austin.
I agree. Yeah. You have your answer?
Yeah.
What?
I said it's over 10.
Oh.
I don't know like the answers like
When we give the answers?
no like
The options. I'll give you the options.
yeah.
8, 10, 12, 13.
Oh, never
Jesus,
mind.
you looked right at it.
Well,
Good
never mind.
God,
I mean-
come on. You looked right at it.
It's right in my face. What do we do?
You know it's right there.
Yeah, but I wasn't looking until now.
But you knew it's there. Anyway, the answer: 10 WrestleManias matches.
Well, I was partially right.
I mean, you said over 10. I'll give it to
Yeah.
you. We're not even gonna look at the podium here. Rabbit Wolverine. Is that you?
Yeah. I changed my name.
Yeah.
I changed my name to Big Papa Pump.
Freakzilla.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. Can you just appreciate how I had the tiger there?
Oh yeah, of course.
Because he came up with the tigers.
Dion says, I just don't buy he is retiring in December. I can't see it. Do it. Do it. You're not gonna do it?
Man, I got everyone in the chat.
Anyway. I do believe he's retiring. I feel like Cena's the kind of guy where it's like, hey, if I'm retiring, I'm retiring. I don't see it.
Why is my soda fizzing?
There's bubbles in it, bro.
A little bit of the bubbly. Chris Jarvis got to retire.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Did you hear what Dave Meltzer said? That he should go back with the E?
Meltzer said that?
Yeah, because nobody likes him in AEW in terms of the crowd.
Oh my god.
For once, I actually agree with him.
I think it's good he's taking a break though.
Just go back to Fozzy, bro.
That's what he's doing.
I know.
Yeah, that's good. It's a good call.
I kind of miss it when he was with Fozzy.
Yeah. Wishing him the best. But I mean, I do think it's getting close. If not, it's already passed.
Learning tree.
I am the learning tree. Hi guys. Anyway. Hopefully, jeez. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the quiz today.
I know I
It,
did.
it was something different. Still in work in progress. The connection kind of got a little disrupted there. I know for the next time we do it, I'm gonna bump up to maybe 60 seconds. Would you say?
Yeah, I had to pull an Eddie to get out of work. I had to lie my way out.
This is on stream, pal.
Oh, my boss wasn't here today.
Oh, yeah. What if the boss watches it? Nah, hell no. What the hell? They're not watching this.
No, I'm just playing. I didn't lie my way out. I did everything. If anything was to my coworker, I told him, "Hey, I need somewhere to. I gotta go somewhere to be. Really important."
Damn right.
And he was like, "Oh, what do you have to? What do you need to do?" I'm like, "Oh, it's family stuff."
Not wrong.
Exactly.
Not lie. Dion asked any WrestleMania last minute predictions.
Joe Hendry's gonna be there.
No. Can you imagine? I don't think so. Jay, well, let's run them down real quick. For the big matches, I want to get your take. Jey Uso or Gunther?
Gunther.
Okay, I think Jey Uso. The women's triple threat: Rhea, Bianca, Io.
I'm gonna go with Io.
I'm gonna go. I would love Io to win. I'm going Bianca. Let's go with Charlotte versus Tiffany.
I'm going for Tiffany. If Charlotte wins, we are gonna riot.
Yeah, I actually would be very upset. Dion says, no, Jose, keep the timer short, no freebies. Maybe 40 seconds, 45 seconds, just because I want people to at least have a shot to think about it.
Yeah.
So we said Tiffany. How about, I'm trying to think of the other matches. Oh, the men. I want to save it last, but it's fine. Men's triple threat: Punk, Roman, Seth.
I think Seth is winning.
I want it to be Punk, but I think actually no.
I think Seth is gonna win.
I think it's gonna be Punk.
But it's gonna move on to Punk and Roman over Paul Heyman.
No, you're right. I changed. I'm gonna stick with my prediction. In the video, I did say Seth, and I'm gonna agree with you. I'll say Seth as well. El Grande Americano, Rey Mysterio.
The fans.
The culture.
I still don't know who he is, man.
It could be anybody at this point.
It's Chavo. It's gotta be Chavo.
Chavo has gotten in shape.
Exactly.
The Fatal 4-Way.
Joe Hendry. It's Joe Hendry.
Oh.
It's Joe Hendry.
Penta, Braun Breaker, Dom, or Finn Balor.
I'm gonna go with Don.
Oh, that's an interesting. I'm going Penta.
He's gonna pull an Eddie.
Oh, I like that.
Because with Penta, I feel like it's way too soon because you got Braun who's up and coming, you know? And then with Finn, personally, yes, he kind of does need it because they're not really doing anything with him. But he's the vet where I'm sure Balor wants to make others look good and build for the future. And I think Dom earns it.
I see what you're saying, and I agree. But I look at this. Let's say Penta pins Dominic or Finn. Braun Breaker's still protected, and I think he moves to the main event scene.
That's true. That's true.
And on top of that, Penta wins the title. Now you open the door for Dom versus Finn to have a feud.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like the idea of Dom winning. I'm not against that at all.
Because, hear me out. He's supposed to be a heel, but we're cheering for him still.
Who?
Dom.
People are booing him because we like to boo him at this point.
I know. It's like...
That one I'm really looking forward to, though.
Yeah,
that one has
I think that's going to be another underrated match.
Yeah. Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight.
I don't know, man. Kind of want to go for Jacob. I love LA Knight, but Jacob, I mean, he's like a force to be reckoned with, you know? And I don't want him to like lose on the spot because then it's going to like... His aura is going to go down a little bit, if that makes sense.
I agree with you. I think Jacob goes over.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Don't get me wrong with LA Knight.
Great.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think Jacob goes over. What about Jade versus Naomi?
I don't know. I'll go for Jade.
I would like Naomi to win, but I think Jade wins. AJ Styles and Logan Paul.
Gosh, dude, I don't.
There's only one right answer.
Dude.
It has
to
be AJ.
Yeah, I mean,
it has to be.
But then again, I wouldn't be surprised if AJ loses because I feel like he's the type to where he wants to make others.
He
look
is
good.
But Jesus Christ!
But he needs this.
Just be selfish for one time, AJ. Get the victory.
Get ready to fly.
I have to sneeze.
Oh, wait a minute.
I have to sneeze.
Well, bless you and your soul.
Thank you.
Logan's gonna win.
Why?
Karrion Kross.
You think so? Dion says Logan.
Well, cause Karrion, he literally dressed up as
AJ.
AJ. He's gonna interfere the match. Logan's gonna win.
Come on. Yeah, we'll see. The street fight: Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre.
That's gonna be a good one.
That's gonna be a good one. I think there's only one right answer.
Drew.
It's got to be Drew. It cannot be Damian. I love Damian, but it has to be Drew. AJ's going back to heel? Nah, he just got back as a baby face. And the final one, well, okay, no, there's a tag team match. The War Raiders versus the New Day.
Honestly, I kind of don't care for this match. I feel bad.
I feel bad as well.
Bad.
I agree with you. I think the SmackDown tag title should have went over.
Honestly, I don't think New Day should win.
No. I don't know, honestly. It's a coin flip. I had predicted that
I feel like they're going to win, though.
You think New Day?
I think New Day's going to win.
I picked the War Raiders, but I kind of want to go back on it.
Because I feel like New Day, they're heels. They want to prove a point to everyone that, like, you know, like, they don't care, you know, like.
Yeah. Final one. The big one, Hudden.
Joe Hendry.
Cody versus Cena.
Honestly, man, I love Cena. That's my homie since day one. But you gotta go with Cody and protect him. If you're gonna let Cody lose, you have to pull a Spider-Man 2 when he lost himself in the movie, where he's not feeling it. Because if you're gonna let Cody lose, it's gonna like take a big hit, you know, for his character. And I feel like for him to bounce back is if they do like that type of route. But I don't think he should lose.
So, this isn't who do you want to win?
I want Cody to win.
Who do you think they're gonna put over?
Cody.
You think Cody?
Cody. Because I feel if Cody loses, I feel like there's gonna be like a little bit of backlash going on. Because let's be real, when was the last time Cena fought?
Like in a one-on-one match or just in general?
Both.
Well, in general, it was Elimination Chamber. In a one-on-one matchup, I don't remember. Was it Solo Sikoa? Crown Jewel? 2023?
I don't feel like it's the right move yet.
I want Cody to win. That's my guy. He's tied for my favorite right now with Punk.
I just said that.
I know. But I'm predicting Cena wins. I think Cena wins.
I don't think he's winning.
And I think that Cody, the next chapter in his story, is about that redemption, that climb back to the top. He loses to Cena, and he has to come to the realization that I may be the quarterback, I may be QB1, but I'm not there yet. That he needs to level up again to beat Cena. I think Cena wins the championship, and I think Cody down the line is the guy to beat Cena.
I don't think Cena's gonna win.
I
feel like if Cena loses, then he's gonna go and try to fight Jay or Gunther.
I think there's two different ways it can go.
Cody.
They can go two different ways here. Cena wins, LOL. Or Cena loses, and I think he wins Money in the Bank and faces Jey Uso for the title. Because I think, would you agree, Cena's winning number 17 at some point this year? Or do you think they're not going to give him the record?
No, he's winning it, but I don't think it's going to be against Cody. Because hear me out. I feel like for it to happen, I feel like the only way Cody's going to lose the title is if Roman beats him again. I feel that's the only way. Because then it proves a point that to everyone, it's like don't fall for it. Pretty much what I'm trying to say, just forget like the last 15 seconds. I feel like for him to lose, it's someone within the bloodline.
It's gonna be interesting to call.
Or like something with The Rock.
And we haven't seen The Rock.
Because The Rock, like we haven't seen him, and there's something going on.
Something big's gonna happen.
Because remember, he did the 3 at Backlash. Then he did the 2. He's gonna do the 1. Something's gonna happen. The Rock is playing a crucial part at Mania. I know that for sure. Something's gonna happen.
It's gonna be big, regardless what happens, what they have in store. I feel like it has to be big at this point. Otherwise, it's gonna be underwhelming. I'm looking forward to it. I know you're looking forward to it. I'm hoping the people out here in the chat are looking forward to it as well. I want to thank you guys for joining us in the live stream today. It was an interesting and a fun, interactive quiz to give you guys an opportunity to really warm up the juices here for WrestleMania 41 this upcoming weekend. Tomorrow we have the episode of SmackDown. We have the Hall of Fame, NXT Stand and Deliver Saturday morning, WrestleMania Saturday, WrestleMania Sunday, the Raw after WrestleMania. Dude, there's a lot going on, and that's just in the WWE's universe. But with that being said here, I'm going to just recognize Dion real quick. It says, I think The Rock comes out with Travis Scott. Cody gets his receipt, but who else intervenes without calling for disqualification? Maybe the ref gets knocked out. I think that's a great call.
I think there's going to be a ref bump.
That's a great call. And some shenanigans starts to play out. Hey, dude, it's tough to call. It is the most difficult match to predict, I think, is Cena versus Cody, and I love that. I love that we can't predict that because it adds that level of intrigue, and you have to watch it. We'll be watching it. Hopefully you guys will be watching it, and we can come back together on the stream and discuss the ongoing events in the WWE. Anything you want to tell the people here as we head off into the sunset?
I kind of want to go stream Saturday morning, play Legends of WrestleMania, getting ready for WrestleMania, of course. I'll keep you guys posted. I gotta figure out the times for Stand and Deliver and WrestleMania itself. Hopefully, we can squeeze in a little bit of time of Legends of WrestleMania.
We'll see. We'll keep you updated, guys. Again, thank you guys. Appreciate you for being on the stream. Thank you for the early birthday wishes. A big thank you to Gabs as well. Man, I don't know what to tell you about that one. I appreciate you, Gabs. Thank you so much for that. Nothing but love and appreciation from our end. As always, guys, thank you so much. Everyone, have a great night. Be cool. Be safe. Have an awesome weekend. Enjoy WrestleMania 41 and everything that follows with that. Everyone be safe. We'll see you guys in the next live stream. Keep your notifications posted, and we'll see you in the next one, everybody.